Luxury cars used to become old, now they become obsolete. One failed screen, electronic suspension module, or software-controlled component can turn a beautiful vehicle into an expensive driveway ornament. Meanwhile, several high-mileage Cadillacs nobody wants still offer big engines, real comfort, and mechanical systems ordinary shops can repair. These 5 may be smarter than buying modern luxury, but only when you know where to look. At number 5, the 2016 Cadillac SRX with front-wheel drive. Drive one for a few days, and its purpose becomes clear. Seating feels substantial, road noise stays low, cargo space is useful, and basic functions do not require digging through 5 digital menus. It feels like luxury designed for adults rather than technology reviewers. Power comes from a naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V6 producing 308 horsepower, paired with a 6-speed automatic. Real-world economy usually falls around 18 to 21 miles per gallon in mixed driving, with approximately 24 on relaxed highway trips. Front-wheel drive is the version to target. Unless snow or steep terrain makes all-wheel drive necessary, front drive means less weight, fewer moving parts, and one less expensive system to repair. Current asking prices generally run between $8,000 and $13,000. Higher mileage examples can fall below that, but condition matters far more than saving another $1,000. Test every corner of the CUE touchscreen. Cracks, dead zones, and phantom inputs are common. Open the panoramic roof, inspect the headliner, and check beneath the cargo floor for moisture from blocked roof drains. During a cold start, listen for chain rattle and ask for oil change records. Neglected oil is far more concerning than 150,000 highway miles. Search for one-owner, front-wheel drive examples in dry states. Request a cold start video before traveling, then pay an independent shop to inspect it. A plain silver SRX with maintenance receipts is usually smarter than a freshly detailed black one with no history. It fits someone wanting quiet transportation, useful space, and traditional V6 power without paying for a newer crossover full of equipment they may never use. Our next Cadillac delivers even less technology but compensates with enough sheet metal to have its own weather system. At number 4, the 1995 and 1996 Fleetwood Brougham. Begin with its most famous weakness. Cadillac mounted the OptiSpark distributor behind the water pump on the 5.7-liter LT1 Vate. When an aging pump leaks, moisture can damage the distributor and create misfires, stalling, or difficult warm starts. Ask whether both parts were replaced together. Look for coolant residue near the front of the engine, watch for unstable idle, and test it after reaching full operating temperature. Transmission shifts should feel smooth, especially between second and third gear. Inspect rear air leveling equipment, climate control, brake lines, body mounts, and frame rails. Vinyl roof cars need extra attention because rust can develop underneath while visible paint still looks presentable. Pass those checks and Fleetwood charm becomes difficult to ignore. Its Vate makes 260 horsepower and approximately 330 pound-feet of torque through a 4-speed automatic. Fuel economy is around 15 miles per gallon in town and 23 to 24 on the highway. Those figures are not impressive. Comfort is. Seats feel like expensive furniture, visibility is excellent, steering is effortless, and many mechanical components come from familiar General Motors hardware. No subscription is required to use heated seats. No update will redesign the dashboard overnight. High-mileage driver-quality cars are commonly advertised between $8,000 and $15,000. Exceptional low-mileage examples may exceed $20,000, so avoid paying collector money for a car that still needs mechanical work. Ordinary dealer searches are not enough. Watch Cadillac clubs, estate listings, collector sites, and private advertisements in retirement-heavy regions. Ask for underbody photographs and proof of recent driving. A car parked for 10 years may require more work than one driven every weekend. Fleetwood ownership works best for someone with garage space, patience, and appreciation for traditional American luxury. It is enormous, thirsty, and completely unapologetic. Maybe you want old-school Cadillac character without needing a harbor permit to park it. That brings us to a sedan built to annoy BMW. Before we continue, like this video and subscribe if you value honest used car advice. And for $14.99, become a channel member for deeper buying guides designed to help you spot hidden problems, avoid expensive traps, and choose your next vehicle with confidence. Number 3 is the 2012 through 2014 Cadillac CTS with the 3.6-liter LFX V6. Compared with an equivalent BMW 5 Series or Mercedes-Benz E-Class, CTS often loses the badge contest but wins the long-term repair argument. Its naturally aspirated engine avoids aging turbochargers while delivering between 318 and 321 horsepower, depending on year. Transmission choice varies by configuration, with 6 or 8-speed automatics available across these years. Rear-wheel drive is preferable for simpler mechanicals and better balance, while all-wheel drive makes sense for buyers facing serious winters. Expect roughly 18 miles per gallon around town and 27 to 29 on the highway. Acceleration feels immediate because no turbocharger needs time to build pressure. Current high-mileage pricing generally sits between $8,000 and $14,000. Wagons and exceptionally clean coupes can cost much more, so focus on sedans when value is the priority. Listen for timing chain noise during a true cold start. Check for rear differential leaks or whining. Inspect control arm bushings and verify that electronic dampers work properly on cars with magnetic ride control. A 2014 model adds sharper styling and a more modern cabin, but also brings CUE touchscreen concerns. Earlier cars feel older inside, yet can be easier to own. Whichever year you choose, service records should decide the purchase, not wheel design or paint color. Search using exact engine size, drivetrain, and body style. Listings often combine 4 cylinders, V-Sports, coupes, wagons, and regular sedans. Confirm specifications through the vehicle identification number before scheduling an inspection. CTS is the enthusiast's choice here. It has responsive steering, strong passing power, and enough personality to make a modern luxury appliance feel strangely distant. Yet sharp handling does not help when your back seat feels like an airline penalty box. Cadillac had another solution. At number 2, the 2016 through 2019 XTS with front-wheel drive. This car suits someone covering serious highway distance. Seating is wide, suspension tuning is relaxed, trunk space is enormous, and rear passengers receive room that many newer luxury sedans sacrificed for dramatic rooflines. A naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V6 sends approximately 304 horsepower through a 6-speed automatic. Real-world fuel economy normally reaches 18 to 22 miles per gallon in mixed use and around 28 on steady highway runs. Front-wheel drive again offers the cleaner value. All-wheel drive adds traction, but also adds components. For a buyer living in a mild climate, paying extra for complexity that operates year-round but becomes useful twice a year makes little sense. Asking prices generally range from $9,000 to $18,000, depending heavily on year, mileage, and trim. 2016 models usually provide the strongest bargain. 2018 and 2019 cars look fresher but command more money. Avoid former limousine, livery, or airport service vehicles unless documentation is unusually complete. Highway miles are not the enemy. Endless idling, repeated short trips, and dozens of careless drivers are. Inspect the CUE screen, rear self-leveling equipment, wheel bearings, suspension warning messages, and transmission engagement. After sitting overnight, the rear should not sag and the compressor should not run continuously. A seller saying it only needs a sensor is usually inviting you to finance his diagnosis. Look for personal use luxury trims with matching tires and consistent service history. Expand the search nationally because large sedans can be far cheaper in regions where buyers only want crossovers. XTS does not pretend to be a sports car. It offers space, calmness, and long-distance comfort, the qualities luxury brands once considered essential. Still, none of these cars makes modern luxury look quite as overcomplicated as our final choice. Number 1 is the 2002 through 2006 Cadillac Escalade with the 6-liter LQ9 V8 and all-wheel drive. Picture carrying a family, towing a boat, crossing bad weather, and arriving somewhere with valet parking. New luxury SUVs accomplish that with turbochargers, 10-speed transmissions, air springs, powered door handles, giant displays, and networks of control modules. Escalade used truck hardware and displacement. Its 6-liter V8 produces 345 horsepower through a 4-speed automatic. Full-time all-wheel drive provides confidence without asking the driver to select modes. Fuel economy is painful, roughly 10 to 14 miles per gallon in real use. Efficiency is not why it ranks first. LQ9 durability, broad parts availability, body-on-frame construction, and familiarity among independent mechanics make it unusually repairable for a luxury SUV. High-mileage trucks are currently advertised around $4,000 to $10,000. Clean, rust-free, Mostly original examples can reach $12,000 to $15,000. Anything suspiciously cheap often needs a transmission, suspension work, rust repair, or all three. Transmission condition decides whether the test drive continues. Check cold reverse engagement, light throttle shifts, hard acceleration, and highway behavior. Slipping or delayed engagement should be treated as a future rebuild, not improved by positive thinking. Inspect front differential and transfer case leaks, brake lines, fuel lines, instrument cluster gauges, and auto-ride suspension. A constantly running compressor suggests a leak. Compare indicated speed with a navigation application because failed gauge motors are common. Rust matters more than mileage. Search southern and western states. Prioritize factory-sized wheels and avoid cheap lifts, oversized tires, questionable wiring, or mystery engine tunes. A stock Escalade with 200,000 documented miles can be safer than a customized truck showing half that. It is thirsty, bulky, and dated in crash protection. Those are real disadvantages, but it remains comfortable, powerful, capable, and understandable. Compared with a new Escalade approaching six-figure territory, spending $10,000 on a carefully inspected older one leaves an enormous repair reserve. That is the point. High mileage does not automatically make a Cadillac a bad purchase, just as a warranty does not automatically make a modern luxury car intelligent. Screens age, sensors fail, complexity depreciates. Buy service history before low mileage, condition before color, and proven mechanicals before fashionable equipment. These Cadillacs are not perfect. They are simply old enough for their weaknesses to be known and affordable enough that the right example can deliver real luxury without turning ownership into a monthly software agreement.